grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
On third down, Jackson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Gone! Now let's go! 3-19!
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. And, Charles, I've got to give credit to the Chargers because you finished 12-4, second-best record in the AFC, but you find yourself in the wild card game. You traveled across country and play in a 10 a.m. start for them if you consider West Coast time, but they found a way to beat Baltimore.
They certainly did, and they were the first team to see Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for Baltimore, twice. And that helped them because they limited him for most of the ball game. Didn't totally shut him down, but made it very difficult for him. Now, how about this? 9-0 this season in games in which they've had to board a plane are the Chargers. And that includes a home game in London. The only loss? And they took a...
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big one there for the Chargers, and even 40 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got it 2nd and 4 to start things out. Rivers now. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
On third down, Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now Rivers on fourth down. And it's complete. Henry. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up 1st and goal. First down, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. For Baltimore, Charles, if you look back to this season, it was pretty interesting. They start 4-5. You think John Harbaugh may not be there. He's on thin ice. Joe Flacco's at quarterback. But then Lamar Jackson comes in, and everything changed. Their whole offense changed.
It certainly did because of the infusion of speed at the quarterback position. And throws the ball a little bit better from the pocket than maybe he got credit for. Has to get better at that. But I think people had to adjust because Joe Flacco as a quarterback, you knew where he would be every time. 3 to 5 steps behind center, you could go get him. With Lamar Jackson, he could be anywhere and make a big play. And how about that defense? #1 in the league in fewest yards allowed yet again.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Lucky 56.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Detroit!
And Jackson throwing once more, escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Jackson will throw again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The CD, one thing you and I haven't discussed now that we are in the playoffs now, we know how the start of the draft is going to go. You look at the top 5, Arizona, San Fran, Jets at 3, Raiders, wherever they may be at 4, Tampa Bay 5. What are your thoughts?
Well, immediately, this is going to be different in 2019 than 2018 because in 2018, it was all about the quarterbacks. I don't think that's going to be the case. You just mentioned the top 5. You can make a legitimate case that in the top 5, none of those teams are in the market to select a quarterback. So now, who is? I think you got to get to number 6 with the New York Giants. That's where the quarterback market begins.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Melvin Gordon. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And he's got Snead. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. On first and 10, it's Jackson. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Hayes Pollard in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. On second down, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in.
And now the up man has it. It's a fake. And this winds up a disaster nowhere near the marker. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. So first and 10 now from the 30. Rivers now to throw on first down. Gets it to Gordon. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Throw left side complete. It's Edwards. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. It doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now Jackson on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
A right side catch by Crabtree. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw again is Jackson. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Crabtree from 6 yards away. And the Ravens cut into that lead. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Hurry up! Alpha! White! Let's go!
Rivers now from the 50. And that's caught inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
On second down, Rivers again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Terrell Suggs. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now that we sit in the postseason, let's talk about some of these awards we've been hitting on all year, Charles. MVP, what do you think?
Well, I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback at Kansas City, Drew Brees, quarterback New Orleans, and Aaron Donald, the defensive tackle for the Los Angeles Rams. I ultimately think that Mahomes wins this award. I think he distanced himself late in the season from Brees, and it's hard for a defender to win the MVP.
Rookie of the year, Barkley, or does Mayfield have a shot?
Personally, I would give it to Barkley because he's been there all 16, but Mayfield made Cleveland relevant, put them in a position where maybe we were even talking about the playoffs, and boy, the excitement level has really ramped up. I would not be surprised at all if he walked away with the award.
Lastly, what about Coach of the Year? Does Frank Reich have a shot after starting 1-5 in Indy?
He should be in that conversation, shouldn't he? But I think ultimately it comes down to Matt Nagy in Chicago and Anthony Lynn with the Los Angeles Chargers. I think Nagy's going to win it because the Chargers were picked in preseason to actually win their division or contend. The Bears were not.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth.
Gun! Set!
Now Jackson on second down. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Joey Bosa in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Detroit!
On third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position.
Hey! 12.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
0.
Third and long for Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. He's airing it. This is caught at the 20. A gain of 32 that time. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold them up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Rivers from the gun on third down. Dancing to his left. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
56. Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Caught right side, it's Snead. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Desmond King picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Crabtree, the intended receiver. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing here, Rivers. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Now he'll let it go deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 74 yards. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The return man, Chris Moore. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Kyle Emanuel. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
Standing, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty, don't even know where waist at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song and dance, all this buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in them breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. Want the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Gummy, back up on a backboard. When she asked me if I love her, I just act bored. Say loser, ask for it. Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never minded if I offend you. I need the silence, chaos is in my mental. You need a PJ first class, not what you went to. You need the relay, chase money like you sane. I'll give you the boat, chain, and plane. Fame name, that's insane. Powder. You need a, in case the movies get insane. You need a ruby, the kind of jewelry that's from the rain. I'm just here to remind you, but never mind me, man. I'm here to remind you where you come from. All this peace retreat is lame done. You can never get rid of me, I live in you. Both of our fire offend you.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in a good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for a with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. hoes. Don't you when no, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and these models, it's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk down the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Shorty ought to be my, me. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You never, I left, yeah, did. Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Up, downs, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Victory, all on my neck, victory. Zombie gang rapping that NYC. Victory. Ice on my neck like a little weak. We run like a paraclete. It's on earth, but it's where I be.
Money over on my hands down. Here lies them getting paid, but never take a loss on my hands down. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my hands down. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the hands down. Too late, you already there.
Imagine when you're 30,000 feet up, what you think of? Oh, I hated knowing that my thoughts would turn to dream. Cause I never knew I'd get my chance to link up. Oh, I tell you all of this unusual to me. Swear I came from the bottom, flappers living, walking dead on. Put your favorite rapper's name up on the headstone. Big for the cheese and you're dead wrong. Propaganda set the standards in the tear down.
Throw it back, yeah, I'm born to. It's talking, it's hustling me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt, it's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary to start a war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my hands down. Here lies them getting paid, but never take a loss on my hands down. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my hands down. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the hands down. Too late, you already there.
It was written in the children's story. Their life's up, so what you want? Every day.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. That'll be taken in the end zone. return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro Justin Houston in on the tackle.
Got it.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Breeze. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
22, ready.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Hey, kill.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Black 58 rail.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Demario Davis not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's 4th. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to look deep down the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Demario Davis in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Spencer Ware, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, Charles, a little bit earlier you were talking about the first time that the Saints and Eagles met up earlier this season as we think about their upcoming playoff game, which you will be calling, by the way. But 48-7 was the final in Week 11. What are the keys in this upcoming game?
Well, for New Orleans, an intact offensive line would be a great start. They were dinged up a little bit down the stretch. Their ability to run the football with Mark Ingram and Alvin.
They've got his man complete. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut. I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right,
I'm good.
We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down. Well, while we have a second, let's look ahead of the divisional round of the AFC. Of course, Indianapolis and Kansas City kicking things off. And, Charles, the Colts 4-0 all-time versus KC in the playoffs. They're becoming a pretty trendy pick.
They really are, and a lot of it is because of the strength of their offense.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Alex Anzalone, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there, Mahomes to Watkins. 64 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass.
And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Good set.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Allen Bailey able to get him for a loss of about 3. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara. And it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. Being chased out left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, with that incompletion, Charles, a big story, as it always is come January. Head coaching changes around the NFL. If you count the situations in Cleveland, in Green Bay, that's 8 openings all told.
And that's about the number people were starting to predict somewhere around mid-season. I think out of all of them, the Marvin Lewis situation in Cincinnati, he had been there for 16 years. Many thought he might stay, but it seemed like it was a mutual deal where he decided to step down. But out of all of them, there may be 1 or 2 that may recirculate within the league and be a head coach at another spot.
Tough for Steve Wilks after just 1 season to be let go.
Yeah, that doesn't happen very often in this league. He was the unfortunate recipient of way too many injuries on his team. Never got a chance to get off the ground.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Mahomes will try again on 2nd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Jordan in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
Left, 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 left.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. That's pulled in at the 32. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Ready. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
21.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dag.
It's caught inside the 25. They give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. Flushed out right. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 12 more yards there and another first down. They'll look to run with Ingram. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Breeze now on third and goal. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up fourth down. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Lutz's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Chiefs coming back onto the field, as we noted earlier, going to take on the Colts this weekend. 12-4 in the regular season. You get the first round bye. Number 1 offense in the NFL. That's the good part, but the defense has left something to be desired.
Yeah, they ranked 31st. That's just one step from the bottom in terms of total defense in the NFL. But they do rush the passer very well. Tied for the league lead in sacks. Their thing is, can they get a couple of key takeaways and just get the ball back to Mahomes and win a lot of shootouts?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
There we go. Blue 45. Blue.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Steps away to his left. His throw incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
There we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Eluding the pressure right. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now that player is able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are in for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Butker now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
And no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Ooh, with a juke. And he'll take this one near the 25. The 26-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
Here we go now. Blue 45.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tyler Davison in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
Ace, ace. Left.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. He is going to find Hill here. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock Dalvin away and bring up second down.
Mahomes now to throw. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
And no takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's caught by Ware. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now here's Mahomes. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Mahomes hit, he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Hills hit, and he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. Trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man, complete. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Green 90. Green 90. Left. Slow.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski See everyone turn to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close it.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tyler Jamison in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But the last one, man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Back now here live in New Orleans, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Detroit!
On first down, it's Hill. Escaping the pressure right. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Hill. Flushed out right. And Watson has it right side. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw is Hill, eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Set! Green, 39!
Throwing on third down, Hill. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it fourth down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of grounding, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. So give him the first down, first and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off. Hill now to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's second and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now Hill looking for Thomas. He's got it. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints add on to their lead. What's good on the extra point? And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 104 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Well, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
That's fielded in the end zone. And there he goes again. The 40, the 30, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 104 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
Again, open partner, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down. Mahomes will try again on second down. And going deep for Hill. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Chiefs on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor with a big-time sack on third down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Mahomes got to have this one. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's not a bad idea. Set up in the gun. Send a bunch of guys out wide and let the defense think you're going to try and put one in the end zone. But here, the draw play just gets bottled up from the start, and he'll wind up losing yardage.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get the game...
Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for New Orleans. Michael Thomas from 4 yards out. And the Saints add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at
what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. For real. Keep the rest. Hey, I got that check-in to go. I'm gone. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it in my block. Blue Gucci sweater is drill. Somebody give me a... These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a... In jail I had... I make you cut off the... Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hanging and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie got the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check-in to go. A lot of these look lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your... Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with a... Get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my... Zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these, they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they... One ride down to Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a... Like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the... Got in the... Gently. Angry and friends with these... When I was down, I so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my... Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you... Rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap, got a big Benz like Sasquatch. Every time you see
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. These folks are ready, and we are underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit!
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Allen Bailey in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. This is taken in by Chad Williams. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Set! Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. Now he's flushed out left. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun!
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that one was over before it could get rolling. How about the D just knifing into the backfield and shutting that one down?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90! Gun!
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
To throw is Rosen. Trying to improvise. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off down near the 5. Johnson was the intended receiver.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Watkins, the intended receiver. Charles, a bit earlier, we talked about Josh Rosen's rookie campaign. Let's take a step back, look at Arizona collectively. You know, they're going to be picking #1 overall in the draft for the first time since 1958 by virtue of their 3-13 finish. Where do you see them going with that #1 pick?
I think that their general manager will announce, as the general manager of Tennessee did a few seasons ago, that we're open for business. Call us. Let's talk, because I think that they would not mind getting out of the #1 pick. They could bundle together some players to help them with the progress of their young quarterback, Josh Rosen. That's who they need to build around. He's their future. Make sure he stays upright. Make sure he has weapons to throw to. That's where the Cardinals are going to go. So I don't know if they're going to be stuck on just taking one guy. They may want to turn that into a few players.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson taking it in. And the Cardinals are in for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Throwing is Mahomes on third. And going deep for Hill. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. But exciting week with a divisional round coming up on the NFC side of things, Charles. Dallas at L.A., the Rams. Philadelphia at New Orleans. What do you think?
Well, I can't wait, because Dallas at the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams feel like they've gotten their mojo back down the stretch on offense. Dallas feels like they can pound and bruise against anyone with Ezekiel Elliott carrying the load. That's going to be a marquee game. And how about Philadelphia and New Orleans, the defending Super Bowl champs? Here comes Nick Foles again. New Orleans, the #1 seed at home. They don't lose at home in the Drew Brees, Sean Payton era in the playoffs. This is going to be fun. Remember, they played earlier this year, and New Orleans wiped out Philadelphia.
And you'll be calling that game. Enjoy it, partner.
Can't wait.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Patriot! Set! 3-19!
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford able to drop him for a loss of 4.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Call it a gain of 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards on the play. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
On 2nd down, Rosen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 3rd down, Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And out come the Chiefs now. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to. And maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever's going to...
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Rodney Gunter able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. More from the desert after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go now. 39.
On 1st down, Mahomes. Room to run past midfield. Wide open receiver complete. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Mahomes now on 1st down. Stepping it. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Now Rosen on first down. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Chris Jones able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Detroit!
Rosen on first and 10. Flushed out right. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Well, Charles, the All-Pro team was announced a Friday before the playoffs started. Aaron Donald, the only unanimous choice. Let's see, the Chiefs had 4, Bears had 4. What stuck out to you about the All-Pro team?
Well, it's such a great year for Drew Brees at quarterback for New Orleans, the #1 seed in the NFC. Yet he's only second-team All-Pro because Patrick Mahomes had a magical season in Kansas City and deserved to be the #1 guy. How about the Chicago Bears going from worst to first in the NFC North? 4 players making the All-Pro team led by Khalil Mack. And then when you talk about rookie.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On first and 10, here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go now.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Throw left side taken in by Hill. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half here. It's Rosen. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is fielded at the goal line. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down. Let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 16. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Rosen to throw on second down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. D. Ford in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little. And he's going to go down again. Chris Jones in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 40. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gerald Hodges in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dayon Buchanan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
Detroit!
On first down, it's Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 29, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown.
Nice pick, nice pick.
Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
On second down, here's Rosen. Caught left side, Williams. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football, but they trail here as we get set to bring you the fourth and final quarter. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Here's Rosen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. Oh, another great move. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a KC touchdown. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And now it's Rosen looking. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught by Watkins. Touchdown, Kansas City. Sammy Watkins, 31 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at about the 32.
Detroit!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now he'll escape to his right, and that's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver. Third down here.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And that goes as a gain of 37 on third down. Again, it's Rosen. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Touchdown, Cardinals! As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He's airing it out for Williams. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Trey Boston.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
After the interception, here's Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. They give him a gain of 38.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And Nelson's got him here right side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
Rosen to throw again. Dumping it off for Johnson. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Detroit!
Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. Flushed out right. And he's got Gresham. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute off.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cardinals have cut it to within a score. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now here comes Kansas City.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On second down, here's Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Throwing is Mahomes on third. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Two big plays in succession, and Kansas City's on the move. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. He was trying to get it into Watkins, and it's second down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Mahomes now to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. To throw is Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very solid gain of 27. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Mahomes going to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
This is fielded at the goal line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land.
This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Rodney Gunter in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Flush. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Going for it all. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And now here comes Kansas City. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
Ware gets hit, and the ball is loose. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. On second down, Rosen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game.
Green 39. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it?